Hello, everyone, and welcome to Feature Friday. Hi, I'm Jackie Kwan from Uplifter, and with me is Garrett Schrodt, our product expert. How are
Hello.
you doing today, Garrett?
It's been one of those days. Let's say I'm ready for the weekend for sure.
Hey, hey. Have
Hmm?
you been looking for something all week?
Yes, I suppose I have. That's a weird segue. I was going to do that last.
I know, but
Yeah,
but
it's
I'll,
too
I'll
late.
make the joke again later.
Okay, yeah, please do. I'll cue you for the joke. Okay.
Oh, okay, you'll let me know. So, we're sorry today's live broadcast didn't quite work out, but hopefully you'll like us in a pre-recorded format. So today, Garrett is going to walk us through insertable templates. So for those of you using our content management tools on our silver and gold platform and enterprise platforms, you have a whole bunch of tools to actually create content on your front-end web pages. And I think a lot of people don't quite know about our insertable templates and all the different things that you can do with them. So Garrett, I'm going to let you take it away.
Taking it away. All right. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And thank you as well for your patience with our tech troubles with Facebook Live there. We appreciate it. Today, we're going to be looking at insertable templates, which are a way for you to control the look and feel and flow of your site to make sure that it's being presented in the manner that you like. They are options that you can very quickly insert into the public-facing pages of your site to structure your page or present your page in your desired manner. It makes your life a lot easier because you just click a few buttons and it's there rather than having to, structure that all yourself. So we're going to be taking a look at that. In order to do so, we are going to pop over to this subpage here that I have prepared. This is my test page, and so we are going to use this strictly for testing purposes. As you can see here, this is a brand new page. It's got nothing on it, and in fact, there's not even an edit section just yet because we haven't selected a page template. Now, generally speaking, when you go to Edit Page Details, you can use this drop-down to select a page template, which does define the general structure of your page. This is a great way to get a baseline for your page and then add content to that. But it might be true to say that some of the templates in here don't capture every facet of what you're looking to do. Maybe you like the two-column option here, but you want one of these columns to be split into two more columns, or whatever the case may be. Maybe there isn't a template that captures perfectly what you want. So that's where the insertable templates come into play. What you'll want to do is use this drop down to find a template that captures the majority of what you're looking to do, the basic outline of how you want your page to look and be structured. So please feel free to play around with these templates to see what looks like what and what works for you. In this particular instance, we're going to select blank and start from scratch here. So I'm going to hide this page details here, and we can see we're working with a blank template. There is essentially no content here except for a header and some text. And when I edit this section, I'm actually going to clear that information out, and we're going to start off by structuring our own page from scratch using the insertable templates. This is found along the toolbar here. This icon looks a little bit like a bookshelf. Insert template. When we select this, the pop-up shows up, and we can use this drop-down to select a template. And as you can see, there are a ton of them. There are a ton of ways that you can make sure that your page looks and feels exactly how you want. The first ones we're going to be taking a look at are essentially structural templates. And these include the 2, 3, and 4 columns. So as we saw previously, I have no content here presently, but when I use the insert template option to insert 2 columns, I now have a perfect split of 2 columns. And it's also outlined very nicely in terms of padding and things like that, presented in a very nice way. If I wanted to, I can put my cursor below this template here. We can see this dotted line represents the edge of the template. I can put my cursor below that, and I can insert another template. So maybe I want to check out the 3 columns as well. And now we can see a very well designed 3 columns, so we don't have to fidget or fiddle and try to get the spacing right. It's already here and ready for us. One last time, I'm going to put my cursor down at the bottom here and insert the 4 column. And there we are. So now we have 2, 3, and 4. And so again, if a template that you've selected captures the majority of the structure you're looking for, but not quite all of it, you can use this to introduce another sort of structural element to your system. Now, one of the really cool things about these templates is you can insert them into each other. And what that means is if I remove this template here and just work with our two column template, maybe for whatever crazy reason, I want this left column to be split into 4. So what I could do is remove the content that's there presently and use the insert template option to insert 4 columns.
I
And
hope
voila,
Jen's not watching this.
I know that. How dare you massacre my boy? So we have these 4 columns now, and then 1 column here. But what you'll notice is the template being inserted inside the other template actually accounts for the structural element that it's being inserted into. So it is still within the 2-column structure, but then there's 4 columns inside that. Now, this probably isn't the way you're going to use it in terms of this 4-column setup here, but it is an important element to note because you can embed these templates within one another, and that can lead to some really cool things. Now, those are the basics. One other basic element that we'll look at for our structural templates, and actually let's do this the easier way. Get rid of our source code. One last element that we'll look at is the fixed content row. So this is available again in the insertable templates here, and we are going to look for fixed content row. Now, fixed content row is a great way to sort of visually segment a particular piece of information, as it is going to have a darker background. And that way you can actually have different segments and sort of have little stepping stones, which is known as zebra, as it were. So we could have, for instance, here's my 3 columns, and then below that, I'm going to insert another fixed content row. And by having this, I can see shaded, not shaded, shaded. And that's a great way to visually segment the different pieces of information that you have. And again, just like all the other templates, you can insert a template into this one. So if you do want to have that dark background, but you also want to have 2 columns, you can absolutely put your cursor inside that and use the 2-column option. And now you have 2 columns in that dark background section. So that is some of the basic elements. Now we're going to take a look at some of the higher end ones, the non-structural elements. We're going to pop to the templates page here and check those out. So first and foremost, at the top here, I have 2 excellent ones. This right here is the insertable template image left with text wrap. And what this is going to do is allow you to place an image here, which you can just click on once and then replace with the image option from the toolbar. But it's going to have the text wrapped around the image, which gives a really, really clean, nice look to that image, which is really cool. So you can actually put any image that you want in there. So maybe I want to do this guy right here and talk a little bit about archery, and that automatically fixes it to that size, and the text will go around that image. As you may have also seen, my apologies, as you may have also seen in this option here, we do have the image right option as well. So you can do the inverse of this structure and have the image on the right-hand side if you prefer. This is a great way to represent your employees, especially your coaches, your instructors, what have you. This is a great way to have a nice image beside them and then some text about them. Additionally, we also have, it's not actually on here right now, but if we remove this, and we're going to add in, oops, my apologies, we're going to add in, additionally, the staff image with side description. This is an alternative method for the same sort of end goal here. This will have the image to the left-hand side, but now it has a bit of a higher, a larger sort of font for the name. You can have the position, and then of course the dossier there as you go through. So that is a great way to represent your coaches, instructors, etc. On the right-hand side here, we have a centralized callout, which allows you to have a nice wide image. You can also have a title and some information, and then it also comes standard with a link in here as well. This is the center callout centered here. So as you can see, the image, the callout, and the link are all included in the template. And then of course you can click once on this button and you can add a link to that to go to a new page. Maybe you're going to talk about a specific curriculum that you offer, like maybe check out our CanSkate stuff or our KinderGym stuff, and you click this button and it takes them to that registration page.
One thing I was going to mention too is that because all of our designs are responsive, you might note that when you actually open up the Insertable Templates menu and it shows you that sort of mini preview, it might not always look exactly like it will in the layout, and that's because we've got this section that is a bit narrower, and if you had a screen that was the size of your phone, that's what it's going to look like, because it's basically reducing that based on our what's called our responsive layout. So to really see what these templates look like, put them in a test space. You don't need to save the page. You can see what it looks like. You can reduce and expand the size of your web page to see what it looks like either on a mobile phone or on your desktop. So.
Yep, absolutely. Excellent. So those are two very common uses, and we're going to scroll down to some of the more advanced options that we have. First and foremost, we have this star icon, the star image here, which can be replaced with any image that you like. And when we hover over it, boop, we got some information, title, and the subtitle there. Now this is a really cool one and quite fancy for a nice website there. You can have whatever image you want in the background, and then you can change the title and the subtitle here. Now very similar to a template that we had looked at previously, which was the banner slider, oh my apologies, the Hero Center overlay. We have looked at this in a previous webinar, and we talked a little bit about how to access and update the image in the background. Because it is a background image, the editor won't allow you to simply click on the image. Why did you just make a liar out of me, image? Okay, you can click on the image. Never mind. Okay, it's almost like I didn't practice that at all. All right. So you can click on the image and then go to this image icon here, and you can update that. That makes it nice and easy. The next one we have here is actually a very popular one since it came out. This is the tabs option. Now, when you insert this tabs option through the insertable template, you also have the tabs horizontal here. This template will give you 4 tabs by default and 4 sections. These tabs can, of course, be edited just as you go along with whatever text that you want to add in there, and same with the content themselves. You can update this with whatever you'd like as you edit. And then when you click out of this section, they will be updated with this information. Now, as you saw right there, it is important to save your page before you actually test these tabs. You want to make sure you save the page, and then you can play around with these tabs and make sure that they're presenting the correct information. But as you can see, as I move from one tab to another, the content within this section changes based off of the tab that I'm selecting. So that's a really cool way to reserve space, but still present a ton of information. We've also seen a lot of clubs using this so far. They've been using this in a really cool way and in tandem with some of the other templates that we have for a really, really cool sort of outcome with that. The next section we have here is a drop down or an accordion, or what you may call in our particular instance, a toggle content insertable template. What this will do is show a title or a particular series of text, and when you click on that, it actually expands out into the section there. Now, when you're editing it, you'll have this content in here, so you can actually edit that however you want and have your title here however you want, title. And again, you'll want to make sure that you click the save button before you test. And that way you can have content hidden in a little toggle option there. So that's another great way to hide information, but still give a lot of information to your end user should they want to digest that. And last but not least, oh wait, sorry, Jackie.
Are you looking for something?
Am I looking for something?
Are you looking for something?
Yes, I am. I can search for that now.
Where did that come from, Garrett?
Who knows? I don't know. It's magic as far as I'm aware. So now we have this new search template option. This is another insertable template, but it's got some really cool features to it. This allows you or your end user to search your website for various things. So maybe I am interested in birthdays. And so I put in birthdays and I see, oh, there we go, my birthdays page. So that's the most relevant result. and then I can go to my birthdays page. So this is a really cool way for your users to explore your website and also the programs and products that you offer. Now, you may be saying to yourself, what if I don't want to offer things to these people? What if I want to hide certain programs, especially with things like competitive programs and stuff like that? It is very often the case that you don't want those publicly accessible. Well, in that particular instance, you can absolutely navigate to the product or the program and ensure that it does not display. In fact, by default, it will not display. So when you are editing a program or product, down in the registration details, you'll have the ability to hide this program from the general site search. And that's exactly what that means. It's going to hide it from this searching option here. Now, if I were to look for the drop-in program presently, I would not receive any results. But again, if I uncheck this and I save that,
I hope this
and
works.
drum roll, I think I need to refresh. And then we're going to pop back here and drop in. And there we are. There's my drop-in program. Verbally sweating. It's like, oh, it's got to work. So there's my drop-in program. So that is a great way to offer your users another way to explore your site and find the things that they're looking for. This is especially true if you're using Uplifter for your full website. You've got just a ton of content, got all these great pages set up, but some people might not know where to begin looking. Maybe they want to know, what's a good thing for age 3. Well, you can have a page that has that type of content. It will look against your page text, your program text if you have them visible and stuff like that. So you can make sure that they land on the proper page when they search for particular words. That is everything we have for you today. I hope I didn't go too quick. We're going to be having this loaded up on YouTube as soon as possible. So we thank you very much for your patience. Was there anything else that you wanted to add today, Jackie?
Thank you for finding me.
Wow, okay. I'm going to edit
Sorry.
that part out. No, just kidding.
Thanks. Excellent. Because, it came out of my mouth and I'm like, I don't even know why I said that.
It's too late now. I'm going to keep
I'm
it.
sorry. Crap. Thank you so much for joining us. If you love Uplifter, if you are using Uplifter today, note that we do have our Refer and Save program that, for any of those clubs that are just trying to look for a way to remove some of that in-person registration due to the times, as it were, please feel free to refer Uplifter to another club that you might know. On the administrative side, you're able to click on the Refer and Save button in the bottom left-hand corner and send an email out. And just be sure that if you are referring people, that they click on the link in the email that you send out to them, and that's how you will receive a little bit of money off, and they will receive a little bit of money off each month for the first 6 months while they are using Uplifter. So
Sounds to me like a win-win-win-win-win-win.
win-win, win-win, win-win.
Everybody's winning.
Winning, winning. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone, and we sure hope that everybody has a great week, and we will see you again next week on Feature Friday. Hopefully it will be a little bit more live than, because I don't feel alive right now. Do you
You don't
feel
feel
alive?
alive?
I
No,
don't
I don't.
feel alive.
Oh dear. Yes, thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you next week. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.